Well, Mike, the year's going well. We've started off particularly with our roadshow, but also with a lot of communications activities that have been going right across Australia. The roadshow's now been to almost, I think, about 80 events, and each weekend and each week there are more of those happening. We've just finished a 14-day stint at the Royal Easter Show, a very successful event for us, and we're off around Australia still with our 9 vehicles, visiting as many events as we possibly can.
So what's been the feedback from members of the public at these events? Have they been largely rural events or targeting city people?
There's a mixture of rural and city. The city events are really important to us though, because one of the key aims of the Australian Year of the Farmer is to try to make city people more aware, give them more understanding and awareness of what's going on in agriculture and indeed the related industries, the whole of the agribusiness chain. And to just try and, I suppose, let them know that there's some wonderful work being done by our farmers and by the people that support them, and that needs to continue with the growth of the world's population.
Australian Year of the Farmer has generated exceptional coverage in media, in mainstream media, online, all sorts of media. Have you been satisfied with this, and how do you think the uptake has been from the general public in particular?
Look, I don't think it's fair to say we are satisfied with it. I believe that we've got a whole year's period to actually continue this process on, because really it's difficult, when someone reads something for the first time, they might take it in, but they might not. It might be better if they were made aware of those things more often than once. So we're looking at a whole range of different channels. You're right, the coverage has been really, really good, particularly in rural areas, and we're now starting to see mainstream media in the cities pick up on the idea. What's also good about it, Mike, is that we're also picking up indications that other organisations are now starting to say, well, it's the Year of the Farmer, and we think that there should be whatever it is that they want to say happening, and that's a wonderful thing, because that means that the snowball effect of the Year of the Farmer is able to actually start to develop. We're as well as, not instead of. We never set out to replace any other organisation. We're really trying to augment what's already going on out there, and if we can provide a bit of a hand in that area, then we're really happy, and that seems to be what's happening.
Can you give us a quick thumbnail sketch of the history of whose idea was the Year of the Farmer? How did it come into being? What was the process that you went through to get it established?
Yeah, well, myself and our chairman, Philip Brougham, were at a Royal Easter Show in Sydney, I think 2006, so it goes back a little way, and we were discussing the balance between entertainment and agriculture at the Royal Easter Show, and we felt that the agriculture needed a bit of a boost, and so we talked about it for a while and then decided that it actually was something that needed a bigger canvas than just the Royal Easter Show, albeit that that's a very major event. And out of that came the idea of having a Year of the Farmer, where we embraced all sorts of agriculture. It doesn't matter, whether it's broadacre or intensive farming, or even things like aquaculture and forestry and so on. Everything's included, and we felt that it was important that we got those messages out to as many people as possible, those positive messages about the future of agriculture that I mentioned earlier.
What's the year been like, and what's going to happen next?
Mike, we did some research, market research, before we started the year to give us a benchmark, and so we'll repeat that research later in the year, before the 31st, to see if we've actually been able to make a difference in terms of people's understanding and awareness. That's only part of it though. What we would like to see happen out of this year is that agriculture, and particularly food production, goes to the forefront of people's minds, that they make the connection between their life and whether they live in the city or the country, it doesn't matter. The fact that they require food in particular to live well, and we hope that those people will then, when they're making decisions about buying food, they look to buy particularly Australian food, particularly fresh food, which our farmers are rightly proud of. And I would hope also that decision makers in governments, both at state and federal level in particular, also take that idea of having food to the forefront of their thinking, because there's so many important areas of government policy that have an impact on agriculture, and it really needs to be at that forefront if Australia is going to meet its obligations as the global population grows.
So finally, is there going to be a Year of the Farmer in 2016? Are we looking at an Olympic cycle here?
No, we won't. We'll have 1 Year of the Farmer, but we're looking at a whole range of potential legacy programs that we think might be possible for the future, such as, and this hasn't been decided yet, but such as maybe a National Farmers Week each year. And there are also areas in the education sector and particularly to do with careers in agriculture and agribusiness that we think there might be some reasonable opportunities for us to focus on into the future rather than just simply have a celebration. We actually do something a little bit more, not important, that's not the right word, but a little bit more in depth, shall I say, in terms of trying to help the future of agriculture in Australia.